Yeah, Mark, this is one of the spot fires that continues to burn here. We are along Henry Mayo Road. It runs parallel to the 126 freeway. And you can see it doesn't look good, as you mentioned, but this has been burning for at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And you know what? We're not seeing firefighters here. There are no homes or structures in this area. You can see it's all rugged, mountainous terrain. So firefighters are actually letting this burn. I know that firefighters are tackling and dealing with several other spot fires throughout the city that are near more, communities and homes. So they've been dealing with those. This one here, though, as I said, they are just letting burn. And this Rye Fire is now 5% contained, as you mentioned, 5,000 acres burned, but 500 firefighters have been on the scene, as well as fixed wing and rotor wing aircraft have been over this area, this mountainous area behind us, and also further southwest in the southwest direction from where we are towards Santa Paula. We understand from LA County Fire PIOs that that is the area of concern, and there is a unified command underway now with Ventura County firefighters, because that is the direction that they're worried about the fire is moving toward. But right now it doesn't appear that any structures in that path, in the path of those flames, are threatened. There really are no structures. But firefighters do tell us they are still concerned about this fire, because if these winds shift and come back towards residential communities, things will look very, very different overnight or even in the morning. And one of the areas that they're worried about is the West Ridge community area. That has been evacuated, about 1,300 people affected. And I should mention that there are 3 evacuation centers. One of them is at the College of the Canyons. The other is Valencia High School. There is a third. But that's what we have for now. It's relatively good news considering 5,000 acres have burned here, but one structure did burn according to firefighters. However, it is not a home. We're live in Santa Clarita. Giovanna Lara, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, Giovanna, real quickly, Dallas has been talking about how the winds are abating somewhat. They haven't died out completely, obviously. The wind is still blowing. Wondering if you're seeing a greater presence of the fixed-wing aircraft. We know they were grounded earlier because the winds were too high. You mentioned that some of the fixed-wing aircraft have been operating in this area. What have you seen? Have you seen the jets, the big DC-10, or what sorts of fixed-wing aircraft?
I'm not sure what I saw. It might have been a super scooper. I asked firefighters that. They were out here. I saw them not that long ago. I would say within the last hour. They were out here, but we haven't seen too many drops in this area. I think they moved. They might have been grounded for a bit, but definitely throughout the day we saw both helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft dropping water and retardants, especially near the Magic Mountain area. We saw those earlier. As far as the wind, I think you asked about the wind. They are supposed to be dying down. According to firefighters, they're expecting the wind to die down, but they're expecting it to return tomorrow. So they're hoping that they'll be able to get the upper hand while the winds do die down. But I will tell you, it is cold out here and the winds are still blowing, not as hard as they were earlier this afternoon, but they are definitely still blowing.
Okay, Giovanna, thank you. And it is good news to hear that the fixed wing are at least operating on somewhat of a limited basis this evening, because earlier they were grounded and it was helicopters only. So that is very good to hear. Giovanna, thanks so much. We will check back with you. Giovanna Lara covering the Rye Fire out in Santa Clarita. Again, that fire broke out about 9:30 this morning. Again, with all of these fires, the cause is unknown.